Remember those old SpongeBob episodes which some of us used to watch in 1999 from season 1? Well, recently a secret episode has been discovered from that time period. The other day I was searching through my computer when I came across a notepad document deep within System 32. Having no idea how it got there, I scanned it for viruses. It had one Trojan in it. I deleted it and opened it up. All that was printed was one website link, followed by the following gibberish: AKLADSJAOAO4LF. Having no single clue what that meant, I continued by putting the site link, which I can't tell you in case anyone out there is fucking stupid enough to try it, into my web browser. It took me to a site where there was a black background and a huge button. It had the same text on it that was on the notepad document. I clicked on it and it brought up a download link. The file that it wanted me to download was called Spongecry.AVI. As crazy as I am, I went ahead and downloaded it. Big mistake. The second the download finished, which was 4.6 megabytes, my computer made the weirdest sound ever and turned off. As I tried to reboot it, nothing happened. The file must have destroyed my computer. As upset as I was, I realized that I was on my old PC. I hopped over to my Mac and re-downloaded it. This time there was no problem. What was downloaded was a single .avi file. I played it. The movie clip was about 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. The movie clip was 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. It started to play out as any SpongeBob episode would, except the color was distorted, and when he got to playing the flute with his nose, it immediately went to the title screen. All that was on the title screen was the following words: SpongeBob Cry. Only there wasn't any jaunty music like there usually is. It lasted about 2.5 seconds. It didn't show who the writers and directors were. I just assumed that whoever put it online had edited it for time or something. The episode started out inside SpongeBob's house. It showed SpongeBob sitting in his red chair. The strange thing was, all of the other furniture was gone. SpongeBob was crying, very hard, but it didn't sound anything like it does when SpongeBob normally cries. It sounded like a real human cry. But there was something still different. It sounded so real and intense. SpongeBob was absolutely bawling. He was ripping chunks out of the chair. Then the camera zoomed in really close to his face, but it was the kind of zoom that if it was being videotaped by a real person. Then the camera zoomed out to show a rotting corpse of Gary lying on the floor in front of him. It was very disturbing. Gary was absolutely mauled to death. His eyes were lying on the floor. His shell was cracked to reveal a very gross image of the inside of Gary, which looked a whole lot more than it really would have happened in the episode where Gary loses his shell. In the episode, the camera was moving around like crazy. SpongeBob suddenly got out of his chair and ran straight forward. Then the episode stops moving for about 1 second. Then it goes to black for about 2 seconds. Then it comes back with SpongeBob's face pressed against the camera, with his mouth exploded open and his eyes black, and a deafeningly loud scream. I jolted up and turned my volume down. Then the camera starts moving around insanely. You couldn't even tell what was going on. It was worse than anything Pokemon could ever pull out. The clip then goes to black for about 1 minute and 38 seconds. It comes back inside the Krusty Krab, dead silent. All of a sudden, the same face was pressed up against the camera appeared, but this time the screen was literally deafening loud. But it only lasted for about 1/4 of a second. Then for the rest of the movie, it goes back to SpongeBob crying in the chair. But after every 10 seconds, SpongeBob just gets a little more decayed, and the sound becomes a bit more distorted. By the end, all that there is left is static and screaming. Then all you can see is SpongeBob running again in the background of static. For the last 4 seconds, there is a text on the screen that reads, "One-timed action will be badly." Exactly that, as if it was written by a preschooler. After the clip finished, my computer shut down. After seeing this video, I have never been the same. I've been angrier, crueler, and more anxious than ever. It has haunted my mind all the time. I regret downloading the video in the first place. I just wish I could go back on the website.